Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As I mentioned in some of my previous videos, I used to be a pretty hardcore World of Warcraft player, and today we are revisiting my favorite game, where I'm going to be playing my Demon Hunter, who is eye level 426, and we're doing Horrific Visions. What I'm aiming to do is a 2 objective run, which basically means that I'm going to be doing one bonus objective, this one in the drag, and another one naturally is going to be the boss in the center. So it's not 2 bonus chests, it's 2 objectives. So we're starting the Horrific Vision, and it consumes your Vessel of Horrific Visions, as you know, the new addition to the game in the patch 8.3. This is the reason why I jumped into the game, this is the reason for this relatively off-topic video where it's not a mobile game, but don't worry, I'm gonna go back to mobile games as well. I think at the moment the plan is to alternate between the two, because currently World of Warcraft sucked me back in, and I'm intending to see if it's worth my trouble kind of to record any more videos, perhaps subsequent Horrific Vision runs with some tips for you guys, but there's plenty of those on the internet and on YouTube specifically as well. So right now I am running one thing that I didn't show you at the start of this video, is that my cloak, so the new cloak. I assume you understand all this kind of stuff. This is not an intro into the patch video, it's just to take you through my run specifically. This is not my first run, this is like second one, and I didn't show you my cloak. So my cloak, you would just have to take my word for it, is like rank 2 or level 2. So it's only, I think at this stage, it's 12 corruption resistance. So it's nothing really to write home about. That's why my sanity in that bar, yellow and blue bar, is diminishing very, very quickly. So what I do is, even though I haven't run it too many times, but this is my way now, I am getting rid of the guards at Grommash Hold to make sure I can then access the boss at the end very, very easily. As you can see, I'm conserving the sanity restoration orbs. At the moment I still have 3, be mindful of that. Now my kind of sanity gets closer to the middle of the bar, so I've lost about half of it through the run so far, through this little clear so far. I am going to pull this first semi-boss guy, mini-boss guy, and I'm pulling him to this side of the barrier, because on this side of the barrier you are in the initial area of Horrific Visions, and your sanity is not drained as fast as when you actually go beyond that glowing barrier. So this is why I pulled them all here. I've made a mistake here, so this narrative is recorded not at the same time as I've been playing, obviously. So I've pulled the whole group of those 3, I think, mobs that were there, and this dude. I underestimated the fact that I cannot dodge his beam that pushes me back, and I underestimated how tough he was. So at my 426 eye level, and I'm not an expert player by any stretch of imagination, also I haven't practiced for a long time, I underestimated how tough he will be, and I almost, so this is really a heart-wrenching moment here, I almost died pretty stupidly by almost missing out on the time to summon my orb. Phew. So now we are okay. After this moment it's gonna go all fine, my friends. All I can recommend to you here is, if you are a risk taker and if you know how to interrupt better than I do, if you are a better player, you probably would be okay just with this tactic. But if not, I'd say maybe pull the first group first, get rid of them, then pull the big dude who I already killed now, but perhaps it would be a bit less stressful than I've just had to endure, and then start continue clearing the drag. That would be the main recommendation for me, from me to you. The mobs, so a lot of guides, and I wanted to make a tiny bit of a difference here, a lot of guides on YouTube say, oh, just be conservative about your pulls. Yes, I can say that too, but here you see with the commentary, here you can see specifically what I'm referring to. It's not how hard the mobs hit, and it's not about that really. It's mainly, I think, about the fact of how many crowd control abilities, you know, bumping you up in the air, stunning you, how many of those they use, and you just do not anticipate this, to be honest, if you're just starting to run Horrific Visions. Again, not pretending to be an expert. Happy to hear in the comments down below if there is a better way of doing it or some specific advice. But this is mine for you guys. So this was a fairly brave attempt, which almost finished in a failure because I've underestimated, yeah, you know, lack of my DPS really, and the pushback of the beam from the big dude at the start of the drag. So I recommend against it. Make sure that you are pulling conservatively, yes, but at the same time here hopefully you saw exactly what I meant by that. Now, if you like World of Warcraft, if you want me to do more World of Warcraft, please use the opportunity to subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments down below, or like the video. I will treat the same kind of messages, virtual messages, evenly. I'll understand that you are interested in this, and I'll try and produce more of such content. Other than that, I am a World of Warcraft player, love the game. Patch 8.3 was fairly controversial, there were a few bugs and all that kind of stuff. Everyone is talking about it right now on YouTube and Reddit. So I'm not gonna suddenly turn into a World of Warcraft reviewer unless there is particular interest in me reviewing that. So tell me, yeah, subscribe, help the channel grow, and I'll have fun and record more videos for you. Other than that, I was still planning to go back to Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends, I know, a lot of people hate the game, but I was actually, until this patch launched, I was actually having moderate amount of fun with it. Played heaps since the first video when I reviewed it kind of briefly, and this is another video that I probably won't wait until the next weekend, as I promise at least one video for you per week, guys, but in this case there probably will be more than one. So I'm going to point out a few extra things that I think are flawed design. I'm not going to defend Raid Shadow Legends by no means, but treat this as a little preview for you. So I'm going to still show you how to do main things that you need to know how to do in Raid Shadow Legends, and honestly point out what's flawed about its design. So that's another piece of content coming up your way, unless you let me know and unless you ask me to shift my efforts and perhaps review more World of Warcraft or some other game altogether. Very much welcoming your suggestions. Really, no harm done if you let me know, okay? Alright, so we just dealt with the second boss in the drag, which basically means that at the end of Horrific Visions you're going to receive second chest. At this point when I was recording this video, right now there are multiple reports on YouTube and Reddit about the fact that the game, the patch, was shipped in a fairly untested state, surprise, surprise, and the fact that a loot that was supposed to be earned. So at the very least, apparently for this run, I was supposed to get a 420 loot item. I didn't get it. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, you're about to see it. And 2 extra objectives, apparently, as Blizzard clarified. 2 extra objectives plus boss would have given me an extra piece of loot. Here, obviously, I've done 1 extra objective and 1 boss, yeah? But at the very least, a free 420 item would have been nice, but instead I just got the quest item that Wrathion asked me to bring to him, just because I'm still on these quests and the cloak still needs to be leveled up, and I'm still even learning the mechanics of the bosses, so please don't tell me how noobish I am about not escaping it well. I was trying, I honestly was, but I haven't been playing the game in a long time, and now just barely getting back into it, which is why I'm fairly motivated to even create more content if I knew what you particularly were interested in, or if you're just interested in everything, maybe assaults, maybe something like that, let me know, okay? Alright, so we're just going to get rid of Garrosh, we're going to loot the 2 chests, you will see exactly what's in the chests. Subscribe if you haven't already, I will talk to you very shortly, and we'll stop rambling and let you finish watching the last remaining minute or 2 of this video in silence, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Vision exploration concluded. Initiating exit protocol.
N'Zoth clearly exults in the notion of a corrupted Orgrimmar. The further you venture into the city, the more I desire to end him once